What's up guys, it's Rob with Black Hill Woodwork, and in today's video we're going to be making a nice quick project that not only sells but could be used as a perfect present, gift, even in your own home. It's something that everybody has and it's very quick to make. It's going to be a nice candle holder. All you need is a block of wood. I cut this up already on the bandsaw. It's about 14 inches long, pretty good size for a nice long candle holder. If you want a smaller one, get a smaller piece of wood. I would recommend though getting a piece of wood or cutting out a piece of wood that doesn't have the pith in it. This piece right here, it's kind of hard to see, but it doesn't have any pith. If you do have the pith and the wood is not completely dry, most likely it will crack. Because this is going to be a very fast project, all we need is a faceplate. We're not going to be flipping it around, making a tenon or a recess to hollow it out. We're sticking it on with a faceplate, putting it on the lathe. We're doing everything from there. So let's go ahead and put this faceplate on the end of this wood. So we got the faceplate screwed in. It's connected to the lathe. Nice and tight. Let's bring the tailstock over. I'm going to turn on the lathe and then advance the tailstock. That finds the best center. Okay, now we just start shaping out our candle holder. You guys could copy my design or make your own. I'm just gonna make up a design along the way. All right, there's not much else to say. Just be mindful that there are screws screwed in here. So about an inch of this is like a no cutting zone. Don't cut around here. We're gonna be making our base, so make your base a little bit past the screws. You don't want to hit the screws with your bowl gouge or any of your tools because it will immediately mess up your tool. So let's get started. We're going to be turning at around 1200 RPMs. A spindle like this, the faster the better. With bowls it's different. You probably want to go a little bit slower to balance it out. But for spindles, because it's not very wide in diameter, faster the better. So 1200 RPMs. It's not completely round, but that's okay. We're gonna be cutting a lot more anyway. I just wanted to get most of the edges. You can see it's flat here, but that's okay. So now let's just make our design. Guys, I know it's not perfect. Oh, wow, look at that. Definitely got to redo the top now. Working with red cedar. It's very, I don't know the word, fragile, I guess. But I'm literally just making this up. Just do whatever you want. You can make it way more simple, way more complex. Just remember that we have to make our base right here. So don't turn the whole thing with all these weird designs. Make sure you have enough space for your base. And don't think about it too much. Just, wood turning is supposed to be fun. Just make some cool designs. You know, guys, I don't like these 3 little notches just because they broke off and I have to make them really tiny to round them out. So I think I'm actually just going to cut it right here and leave this part. There it is. I still like it. I don't know if I'm going to make this the base or cut it right here, make that the base. Figure that out. But to make this as fast as you can, we're going to be using a Jacob's chuck to hollow it out. Make sure it's the right size for the kind of candle you're using. You don't want it too small because obviously it won't fit. You don't want it too big because then it'll wobble around. So make sure you get the right size Forstner bit that'll fit the candle that you're going to be using. All right, so here's our Forstner bit and the Jacob's chuck. We're not going to be hollowing out the whole thing, just enough so that the candle will be able to stay in there. And like I said, guys, you don't have to make such a complex design like this. Make it simple, make it even crazier than this. It does not matter, it's up to you. Just make whatever you want. Now, obviously, the more complex you make it, the longer it'll take. So keep that in mind. All right, let's hollow this thing out. And just like that. This is the candle I'm going to be using. Just want to see if it fits. It's very close. So I'm just going to go get my parting tool and make it a little bit wider. Alright, just going to keep on turning on and off the lathe until your candle fits. Okay, that fits pretty good. Next step, sanding. We're going to sand from 80 to 400 grit. So this is it, sanded from 80 to 400 grit, nice and smooth. Now I'll be using some Yorkshire grit. If you guys don't have it, obviously you don't have to use it. I just find that it makes the finish much better, much smoother, and it just overall makes it look better. So if I were you, I would invest in some Yorkshire grit. I wish I knew about it sooner. It's some pretty awesome stuff, but if you don't have it, do not worry. You do not need to use Yorkshire grit by any means. Okay, there it is after the Yorkshire grit. I will be using it a little bit longer just because the original Yorkshire grit stays on. It's a lot harder to take off. So I'm going to be doing this for the next 2 minutes-ish. Then after that, we'll part it off. Okay, should be good. Now get your hand saw, your regular saw, any saw you got. Here's the bottom. I have a belt sander, so I'm just gonna sand it that way. You guys can use a drill sander, any sander you guys got. Hand sand it, whatever, just make it flat. All right, guys, so I finished sanding the bottom, nice and smooth. Here's what it's looking like. Now it's time to put some finish on. I'm gonna be using Tried and True Original. This is the usual finish I use. I also use Waterlux Gloss, but I'm choosing to go with this one for this project. I'm gonna put this on, wait 15 minutes, and then buff off all the extra finish that's still sitting. So this is it, guys. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Just came up with this design. Like I said before, you guys do not have to do this. Make it however you want. That's why wood turning's so fun. You guys can do whatever you want. This is a quick little project that you can make. When I first started off, I thought something like this would take so long. But if you keep it simple, don't overthink it and do all this crazy stuff that's not needed, you guys could knock this out in like 20 minutes. You really can. So here it is. I'll show you guys the finished product in a little bit. If you stayed this far into the video, thank you. Appreciate it as always. And stay tuned for future videos. Hit that like, subscribe button, all that stuff. See you guys in the next one. Peace.